and welcome to my new video. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lex and this is Lost Falls. Today I'm going to be doing a speed build for my museum. This is long awaited, but honestly, you might be disappointed. I'm literally shoving it into the most tiny space. I went ahead and moved it so that we could see, but I gave it 1 square inch of land on my island. Blathers deserves better, I'm not gonna lie. On Lorien, I gave him a quarter of the map. But yeah, we're gonna do our best with this. You can see I already went ahead and raised some of the cliff because it was just boring, tedious cliff building. But I went ahead and also set out some potential furniture. I do end up using most of it, I think, and it turns out pretty cute despite the fact that I gave Blathers, you know, my pinky fingernails worth of space on Lost Falls. But yeah, I hope you enjoy seeing how Lex handles having 0 space because she waited until she was pretty much done with her island to find a space for the biggest building aside from Nook's Cranny. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. I'm adding cliff here so I can have a little foresty alcove to the left of the museum, but I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that there's a bridge behind where I'm working, the bridge that leads into the cat neighborhood where Rosie is, and the little sand border that you can see here, that is where I'm going to place Punchy's house, so I'm trying to be aware of that too, leaving space both for the bridge and for Punchy. And I think it'll work. I mean, Punchy is going to be pretty cozy over here, but it'll still be cute. I'm raising the second tier a little bit more just because it felt kind of awkward having so much empty space just to the left of the museum. I wanted it to feel a little bit more cozy, so I just made room for another tree up here. Since this space is just serving as a backdrop for the museum, I'm just gonna fill it up with natural furniture and plants and things because it's not really supposed to be a focal point for your eye, it's just something to fill the space here. It was kind of a relief to get this cliff completely out of the way, that way I didn't have to worry about it again. I could focus on this first cliff tier where the museum is. So now I'm going to work on making the little forest to the side, and I want to create a seating area on this side overlooking the campsite that I made. I use a brown iron garden table because I just think it'll fit the vibe of the museum. I don't know, I guess I could have also used white. But yeah, brown has a rustic vibe that I really liked, and this feels so tucked away, I don't know if it makes sense to have just a tiny table out here, but we're gonna do it. I also always border the doorway to my museums with a shrub and a fossil, but I decided to use flowers here because I only have 1 fossil saved that's small enough to fit in 1 square, and it wasn't really your entry type of fossil. I don't know, it didn't look cute enough for me. I want to have a little tent with a campfire over here just because I think it'll really enhance the cozy vibe. I don't know that anyone would want to like camp right beside the museum. I don't know what the point in that would be, but this is Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's all about being creative, and in my case, my goal is to be aesthetic and cozy. So we're gonna ignore logic that says why would there be a camp right beside the museum. I don't know. You know, maybe someone's staking it out because they're studying. Who knows? Also, I just want to say I'm really happy with the way this little like river slash creek turned out. It made me have to edit the cliff back here because I needed more space in order to incorporate the tent. But, you know, it's really cute, I think. I like how like small it is. I add a leaf campfire because, you know, I want to give whoever's staying here some marshmallows. They can make some s'mores. Also, I just think that's such a cute DIY item. Like, I like it so much better than the pile of leaves and the campfire, I guess it's called. I don't know, it just has such a nice little cozy vibe to it. I love the little marshmallows. I'm pretty happy with this forest nook, so now I'm gonna focus on adding an incline. I know I need one because I've been having to circle all the way around Able Sisters and go up the left side of my map in order to access like the cat neighborhood and everything. So I want to connect this directly to the campsite and resident services so that I can more easily walk around my island. So I decided to put the incline here, and I build the cliffs up around it just to make it feel more enclosed because it felt kind of awkward with all the empty space to the side. And this will also give me an opportunity to use the great statue that I placed out. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to use it because every time I decide to use a statue, like, I just end up not having space or it looks awkward, but I was determined to use the great statue because it is my favorite. Side note, but I was really worried that this pathway wouldn't work out right, like I wouldn't have enough space for the circles to even out, but it worked perfectly with like where the incline was going to be. I was surprised. Now that I'm happy with the first cliff tier, I go ahead and place the incline because I know I'm going to be content with where it is, but I've still got to decorate the second cliff tier in front of the museum. If you remember all the way back from my Nook's Cranny speed build, I just left this cliff behind here completely empty because I was like, yeah, I'll do something with it in a future build. And here we are. Ages later, this is the future build. If you're thinking to yourself, wow, Lex is a one-trick pony, you're totally right. All I know is alternating fence and bush combo. I kind of limit how many trees I use up here because I do want the museum to still be visible, and this cliff is very close to the museum thanks to my lack of future planning, but I think the museum ends up being pretty visible and everything with the trees that I have included, and they give it like a nice border when you're just walking through. I've also found a new path code that I really like. I added these planks and replaced some of my codes just because I really wanted a plank path for this gap between the cliffs to link my campsite and Nook's Cranny. That just makes my island so much more walkable if I can access them directly instead of having to make huge circles. So yeah, anyway, the plank path, super cute. This speed build is a little bit shorter than my usual, so I decided to go ahead and make an outlet for this waterfall. I think it's super cute. I was trying to make sure I kept it small because it's right in front of Punchy's house and I need to make sure I have room for a path and everything, but it's a nice shape. I think it turned out really cute. This really becomes a jack-of-all-trades speed build because I also decide to work on this mini island that I made in my cat neighborhood speed build. I don't know, it was bothering me that it was still empty, and I was like, well, this doesn't really relate to Punchy's house. Not that it relates to the museum. But yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and decorate it for funsies. I also quickly decorate this cliff that I never finished that was on the edge of the campsite because it kind of does relate to the museum a little bit. Whatever. And we're done. Please appreciate me sitting in leaves and also how I keep moving the camera down because I thought it was funny that the bush was placed in a way that made it look like I was a pile of leaves. Anyway, I'm super mature if you can't tell. But yeah, the museum area is finished. I've skipped ahead a little bit so that the shrubs and trees are growing. I accidentally went to Turkey Day the first time and I realized now that that doesn't really affect this, but I time traveled again because that stressed me out for some reason. But yeah, here we are. The timing of this gift was impeccable. I decided to shoot it down and just leave it on the pathway to add flavor to the museum. I missed the first time, spoiler alert. I'm not a good shot apparently. But look how cute this little present is. I'm obsessed. Also, I run through the cosmos because I am speed. I don't know. So yeah, please appreciate both the ruined cosmos and this little cute present that I now have on the pathway. I can't believe I caught that on video. I keep letting these drop because I saw on Twitter somewhere that people were doing that, just leaving gifts on the ground, and I thought it was cute. What can I say? Anyway, I hope this video was inspiring or at the very least entertaining. I hope you like how my museum turned out despite the fact that I really did shove it into this tiny area. And here is my final map for the day. I think it looks pretty good. This is almost the final map. I've got like 2 more speed builds, I think, probably, most likely, and then it's the beaches and my dream address release, so keep an eye out for all of that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and here is my little sister Peaches.
I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!